Welcome. Video 8 of the alcohol experiment. It's 30 days book, but I had 2 days of not drinking before I started this. If you've just joined, there's 7 videos before this. You'll learn about how alcohol stresses you out and how they did tests on rats. Check it out. Are you just a rat in the cage? I'm really tired tonight. I've had a normal day at work, actually a really easy day at work, but I'm feeling tired. Good, because I'll sleep well tonight. I've already had my magnesium and ashwagandha. We talked about that previously. Did you get some? What are you drinking? Tonight for me, cherry juice and cranberry. I didn't like the cherry juice as much, but that's what was in the fridge. Let's go. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to reform or pause and reflect. Mark Twain. We've been working on this experiment for a week now. Yeah. Yes. Go us. Congratulations. Cheers. Chink. How do you feel? Like I said, I'm feeling tired. And maybe my body's processing emotions, withdrawals, getting the balance. What am I doing? Is this a dance? The balance, correct. Are people starting to notice? At this point, some of your friends might be noticing that something has changed about you. Maybe you've been out with them and turned down a drink. Or maybe they've noticed a change in your behavior, or physical appearance. No one has said anything to me yet. I'll let you know. Sooner or later, you're going to have to tell someone about what you're doing. I'm telling you. You tell me on the chat. Down there, underneath. And sometimes your friends won't understand why. Why are you doing this? It's an experiment. I'm just trying it for a while. I may drink it with you. May not. Just say, just this week. And then next week. Oh, just this week too. Not only that, but they may even keep offering you drinks right through the challenge. They may say, come on, it's just one. Don't you be such a loser. Loser. When people want to quit smoking, everyone around them is supportive and thinks it's great. How do you feel? Oh, you feel better? Good on you, mate. But with alcohol, it's a bit of a different story. And a friend won't even think of offering you a cigarette. If you're quitting, they won't. Or sometimes they do. So what makes alcohol different? Why do we hesitate? Why do we hesitate to tell our friends? You might be a little hesitant. I believe there's a pretty good reason There's a good reason for that. I think the crux of the problem is that we treat alcohol differently than we do any other addictive substance. For example, we don't have cigaretteholics or heroinism, but we have alcoholics and alcoholism. When we say cigarette addiction or heroin addiction, we're talking about the addiction, not the people themselves. But the word alcoholic defines a person. The word itself blames the person rather than the substance. For some reason in our culture, a heroin addict is someone to be pitied because they've been overpowered by that addictive substance. But an alcoholic is someone who is weak and unable to control themselves around something, just an innocent glass of wine or a beer. Cheers. And it's no wonder we do this. According to certain statistics, 86% of people over 18 drank alcohol at some point. So it's 86% of everyone in the world has had alcohol. But it wouldn't be 86% have had a cigarette. Maybe that could change now with the vapes. Maybe more people, especially these young ones, are loving the sherbet or fairy floss vapes. Strawberry. That's a huge number, and I think the only way we can justify to ourselves that so many people drink is to simply not talk about the fact that alcohol is addictive, just the same as heroin and tobacco. That damn nicotine. As a society, we don't seem to realize that alcohol is addictive. It's more socially acceptable substance that is still wrecking our body, hey? We don't talk about the fact that when we party on a Friday night and end up puking and throwing up, that physical reaction is our body's way of saving our life because we literally poisoned ourselves. And so the language that developed around alcohol and the attitude of blaming the person instead of the substance has created this huge taboo against talking about it. Well, we're talking about it. We treat each other substance that's bad for us differently than we treat alcohol. I might be chatting with a friend in front of a big box of donuts and say, this is really good donut, but I only have half because all the fat and sugar isn't good for me. No one ever says, this is a good Chardonnay, but I'm just going to have one glass because I worry about the breast cancer and the liver damage. That doesn't happen. We have successfully separated alcohol out of the other toxic substances. We even say we even say alcohol and drugs. We've separated it. As if alcohol isn't a drug. It's alcohol and drugs. In spite the fact that alcohol kills more people every year than prescription and illegal drugs combined. In fact, according to 2 independent studies about what is most dangerous drug, alcohol won the prize being the most dangerous drug. So I think this societal attitude is why people treat you differently when you quit smoking or cut down on sugar. Yeah, mate. Do the keto diet, no sugar. Good on ya. Because when you tell your friend that you're not drinking, there's an automatic implied judgment. Because that friend probably feels like they drink about the same as you. So if you're saying you need to stop, are you saying they need to stop? And if they think you're drinking too much, then you must also think they are drinking too much. Whether it's true, it doesn't matter. And guess what? They probably have some internal conflict around their own drinking. So the fact that you are not drinking, it's painful for them. Their emotion, I talked about this last video, their emotional response, they maybe even subconsciously don't know. So there's a perspective change happening amongst our friends. When I was drinking a lot, says Annie, I couldn't comprehend why anyone would choose not to drink. Why on earth? Why would you do that? What was the big deal? It didn't make sense to me. Looking back on those days now, I see that deep down inside, I knew I was treating my body badly. Treating our body badly. And when I was confronted with friends who'd make the decision to stop treating their bodies badly, it made me feel like they were strong and I was weak. Didn't like that, did you? No. And there's another reason your friends may try to sabotage your efforts. Can't speak tonight. They don't want to lose you. One of the most fundamental parts of being human is we crave community and people that are like us, and that interaction with those people. And we give alcohol this magical power to make us all into a fun-loving, laid-back party animals. As a group, we're off to the pub, see what's gonna happen, who we're gonna meet. I thought that without alcohol, I wouldn't be any fun. I believe that alcohol was the glue that held some of my friendships together. When I decided alcohol no longer had a place in my life, it set me apart. You're the black sheep. Quick, kick the black sheep out. We all want to be the same. The humans don't like to be apart. Please let me back into the fold. So your friends may feel like you will ostracize them, or you won't want to spend time with them anymore. So maybe it's not they'll kick you out, they're afraid that you won't hang out with them. They're afraid they might have to start changing, and they may want to but don't want to talk about it, and you're bringing up this subject. So what is it? Is it fear? Are they afraid of their own drinking? Don't want to talk about it? If your friends aren't being supportive, realize it's probably out of fear. They're afraid you're judging them. Deep down, they know that maybe they shouldn't want to drink as much as they do as well. They may be afraid you won't want to spend time with them anymore. And they may be afraid that they might be an alcoholic. When people question their drinking, they might actually be wondering, am I an alcoholic? Am I? And the implications of that is horrific, because alcoholic, it's a person. It's like, I am now an alcoholic and I'll forever be one. It's interesting that label is the person. Alcoholism has been defined as a lifelong disease for which there is no cure. Alcoholics must completely abstain from drinking forever. They have to label themselves as alcoholics for the rest of their lives, even if they manage to stay sober. Alcoholism is portrayed as never-ending, a never-ending fight for control. A fight that, if people lose, could cost them their marriage, their job, their children, their life. That is so scary. No one wants to think about when All they're trying to do is unwind. All I'm trying to do is unwind after work. I'm doing it regularly. I'm not an alcoholic. But today, plan how you can bring up the subject with those close to you so you can keep your fun. Keep those friendly relationships. Here are a few ideas. Yeah, I like this. Let's get some ideas how to talk to them without alienating them. Keep it light and joking. I'm overdoing it on iced tea. No iced tea for me today. You want a drink? Oh, I'm overdoing it on iced tea. Not today. But self-deprecating, not too much. Try and keep positive words. Abracadabra, as I say, it shall be. Let's say things like, I drank enough last month to last for the next 30 days. You want a drink tonight? No, mate, I drank enough last week for this week as well, so not today. Just taking a bit of a break. Let it lie. The truth is, the less you make of it, the less they will make of it. Yeah, don't get serious on it. Keep it joking. I just joined the gym. I need to get my money's worth. If I drink too much, I won't go. So none tonight, but next week. Sometimes we assume people are judging our behaviors when in reality people are mostly thinking about themselves. Yeah, everyone's thinking about themselves. When you take a group photo and you show it around, you go, is that a good photo? Everyone only looks at themselves. Yeah, that's a good photo. I look good. I don't care about anyone else. If you shrug it off like it's no big deal, they will. Yeah, no drinks tonight. I love to simply say, I'm good, thanks. By the way, I've been meaning to ask you, how have you been lately? Yeah. Go straight into another subject. Having a drink tonight? Not tonight. Anyway, how's the kids in the soccer game last night? What's new in your life? This not only turns down a drink, but also often kickstarts a great conversation. So, off into something else. On to the reflections. So Matthew says, I can't believe I am here at day 7, feeling more positive and having more belief and confidence in myself. You don't realize what alcohol steals from you until you actually get it back. Stay strong, everyone. Stay strong. We're probably in the stages where we're just starting to get stuff back. I'm feeling tired. Tonight I'll get a good sleep. Getting my sleep back. Tommy says, it doesn't matter what others think of my not drinking. This is my journey. But socially I am more comfortable now. So we'll get through this awkward stage and we'll be fine. Knowing I had a problem and just rode along enjoying the buzz, not paying attention to what I was doing to my body really makes me sad. But on the other hand, it keeps me alcohol free knowing I can't have one because it will start all over again. So if I have a drink now, whatever processes my body is going through, it'd start from beginning again. Interesting. It is quite freeing to put this addiction behind me and cut those ties to alcohol. Those ties that alcohol grabs on. Zoe says, I'm loving this. Thank you so much, Annie, for this resource. So far, I'm on day 7, and it's been pretty easy. I think when you're changing your mind about something, you have to mentally ingest as much supportive information as possible. yeah, this has been good for me. Get the supportive information, being accountable. As for the reasons I give people I don't know very well, I prefer to say that alcohol was making me depressed, so I decided to stop to feel better. You want to drink? Oh, alcohol's been making me depressed lately. I'm just going to give it a stop for a while. This way, I feel empowered instead of disempowered. It's by my choice. I don't choose to be labeled as an addict or an alcoholic. If I had to find another reason to give people to remain neutral and free from judgment, I would just say that alcohol was making me feel sick. I didn't agree with my body. That's definitely the truth. We've learnt that alcohol actually doesn't agree with my body and it does make you feel sick. It actually ends up having more stress. They did research on rats, and some rats were given alcohol and another group of rats were not, and then they put them in a stressful situation. The ones without alcohol dealt with the stressful situation really well. The ones with alcohol freaked out. They couldn't deal with extra stress. Body's already stressed out. Done. So we're relaxing and experimenting and finding. I found myself happier at work today. I was more able to connect with people, be more playful. Maybe I'm getting my energy back. I don't know. I feel tired now, but we'll see. Thanks for joining me on this experiment. I'm glad I'm pushing through and doing these videos. It's good for me. And see you tomorrow. Hope you're doing well. If you're feeling like you're not doing well, it could be just these shifting phases. Whatever emotions you're trying to dampen and keep down with alcohol might start popping up, but we'll sit in them and our body will adjust, start sending out those correct chemicals, the ones that it's getting from alcohol. It's expecting to get some more of them and it's not getting them. It's not getting that chemical, and we'll start releasing the correct chemicals. So maybe that's what's happening with me. And I'm getting my sleep cycles back and in line. I found it really interesting about the dreams, and she was talking about you'll have weird dreams. And I'm thinking I might do some research and maybe read another book with you about dreams and subconsciousness. I find that stuff interesting. Do you? So we're talking a lot about subconscious. So I might go on a deep dive. It's enough rambling. See you tomorrow. You're doing good. I'm doing good. You're doing good, Grandpa Paul. I know you're watching. Cheers.